Hi, Esther. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So today our schedule is to make our story better. In this way, we are going to edit together. Ding, 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 ding. Let's wait for Ataya and Kenzie to come. How's your week so far? How has your week how has your week been so far? There.
Actually, like on Monday, I felt kind of sick, and yeah,
Did you do a
that
test?
yesterday. No,
You, you didn't do a what if it's COVID?
oh no.
No. Are you sure?
Mm,
Okay. So what kind of sickness did you feel on Monday? Sore throat? I do feel a bit of sore throat since yesterday. So I was like, probably because the air is so
mm,
dry. How about
yeah,
you?
sore throat.
Same, sore throat. I see. Mm. Everyone is telling me to get more drink, man. Drink more water. Okay, okay, okay. But it's still. Well, let's call Ataya and Kenzie. So there is one thing that we are going to do with our story. If you take a look at the example, okay, do you still remember the example that you read the last session? Hang on, let me open
Mm,
it. Okay, so here you go. If you take a look at the example, this story, oh, Kenzie is here. Okay. Hi, Kenzie. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
I still cannot open it. See, access denied. You send me another link.
Yeah. Think that.
Same. Mm-mm. Same, same. Okay, so if you take a look at the example from the last session, the story is actually combining narrative and dialogues. Narrative is like this. Maylene sighs heavily. Beside her, Sayed nervously keeps rocking his chair. This is narrative. And then there are dialogues also. Be on time or I'll rent it out to another band, he has said. Let's just meet Mr. Lasmana without Penny, suggests Sayed. Now, if you take a look at your story, all of you, both of you, Ataya and Esther, uh, nobody is using a dialogue format, so only a narrative format. We are going to add a dialogue format in our story. Okay. Hi, Ataya, are you there? Ataya, are you there, Ataya? Oh, Ataya is finally here. Okay. So check this one out. I was telling Kenzie and Esther about the format of your story. So if you take a look at the example in your book, the story actually combines the narrative format. This is the narrative format. And the dialogue format. This is the dialogue format. Be on time or I'll rent it out to another band, he has said. Let's just meet Mr. Lasmana. In your story, both of your stories, nobody implemented the dialogue format. See, no dialogue. The same with Esther. No dialogue. I still cannot open Kenzie's. So, Kenzie, you need to click that share. Take a look at this, Kenzie. Click the share. And then this one. Anyone with the link can comment. So you need to change it to anyone with the link can comment. Okay. You don't have to resend the link if you already have it. So Esther and Ataya, let's change or let's add some dialogues to your story. In which part do you want to put the dialogue? Well, of course, when the main character interacts with other people. Oh, by the way, you can start by typing the title of your story. Nobody types the title of the story. Ding, ding. Kenzie, you don't have to send another link. It's the same link. But if you already opened the access, there, finally. Okay. Carlos was planning to have a relaxing day because he has a vacation. He has. This is editing, not suggesting. After being promoted to the next grade, but he forgot there is homework. Full stop. For the holiday, he was too lazy to do it, so he forgot about it in the last day, comma, when he got a notification at the last day. In the last day, when he got a notification at the last day. Too many last days, Kenzie. You can choose one. Ataya is not doing her story. Ataya, what are you doing? Let's go. Let's work on the story.
I is still waiting for open the document.
Okay. For the holiday, in the last day when he got a notification. Okay, let's just delete this, Kenzie. When he got a notification on the last day, there you go. When he got a notification on the last day, he panicked. This should be in verb 2 because you wrote in the past tense. He panicked and asked, past tense too, his friend to help him with the homework. But his, not like this. We need the HIS. His friend, past tense, refused. He panicked and asked his friend to help him with the homework, but his friend refused because it wasn't his responsibility. Remember, writing a story is also about making your words concise. May I speak Indonesian, please? Yang namanya menulis cerita, selain membuat ceritanya masuk akal, logical, you also need to make your words concise. Kata-katanya juga harus tepat guna. So when you use something like this, friend refused because why? In Indonesian, it would be like this, Kenzie. Temannya menolak karena kenapa dia membantu dia. Itu adalah tanggung jawabnya. So your words are muddled, okay? You can just do it like this. His friend refused because it wasn't his responsibility. Karena itu bukan tanggung jawabnya. Okay. And this should be then, comma, he panicked again, past tense. See? He panicked once more. And after all this panic, Kenzie, please fix all the verbs in the past tense. You're not doing past tenses in this part. So I'll come back to your story later. Okay. Esther, have you put any dialogues? Not yet. Please add at least 2 dialogues in your story.
Okay,
Yeah,
Miss.
still loading. Ataya, you can start by typing the title.
Miss,
Your story doesn't have any
still
title.
about the dialogue. I'm still thinking about the dialogue. The dialogue.
Then you can type the title because you already have the title. Kenzie, let's go. You need to fix all the verbs. Make it into past verbs. The problematic of being busy. Put it in the middle. Astaghfirullah. Wait, hang on, Ataya, check this one out. This is how you put things in the middle. Oh, sorry.
I can I can edit. I don't know how to edit like that in Google Docs because
You are
yeah.
using a laptop at the moment, so it should be easy. Just use
Wait.
this.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
Align it to the middle. There. Central line. See, we are also learning how to operate Google Docs or how to learn writing properly. There, finally. Okay. How's Esther? Have you got your dialogue? Not yet. So Esther is still thinking about her dialogue. What can I put in my dialogue? Remember, when you write a dialogue, make sure it's in the quotation marks. So one quotation at the beginning, one quotation at the end. Hey, are you ready for that math exam? What math exam? Don't you remember? Something like that. By the way, who is contacting? Let me just turn off my WhatsApp. The problematic of being busy. Oh my God! Oh, and who? Wait, who said that? Was it Claudia or how do you say the name, Ataya?
How
Chalos?
do you
Kalos?
how do you say that?
Is it Chalos or I don't know.
Carlos.
Kalos.
With C. Cha.
Chalos. Okay.
Yeah.
So after the name, after the quotation mark, you can put the name. Okay. The responsibility of Carlos. Kenzie, for the title, except prepositions like off, on, at, everything is capitalized. So responsibility R, capital letter. Carlos, C, capital letter. Now, this one, if you take a look at the example, he said, she said, those are dialogue tags. You can put dialog tags at the end of the dialogue or at the beginning of the dialogue. The C, Kenzie, Carlos. Hey, I heard that the math exam will be extra difficult. Who's she?
Wait, miss, I'm typing.
Okay. Her friend said something. Uh, 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 uh. Oh my God, I just remember about my task. I just remembered. It should be in the past tense. What should I do? It's a question mark. You're asking a question. What should I do? Chalos didn't text me anyway. Chalos is a boy. Yeah, Atay,
Did you think he's girl?
you wrote he.
Yes, he's a boy.
Oh, I thought Claudia and Chalos are girls. The
No!
you oh yeah, his. So sorry, I missed this. His committee tasks. Okay.
Oh, if his name really looked like girl.
For me,
Jealous. It's like boy.
I don't know. And Esther actually chose fella for a girl's name, so I was like, ah.
Wait. Actually, so I write their stories. Like I made a book
Mm-mm,
that's still in the process. The main character is Charles, and
mm-mm,
I have another novel that the main character is Claudia. It's
mm,
actually in different timeline. The Claudia's novel is when she's in high school,
mm-mm.
and then the Charles timeline where the Charles timeline is when he was in junior high school.
Ah.
So yeah, it's
So, but
actually
they eventually would meet in one timeline.
yeah for sure.
I don't know. You have never shown me your work. Like,
No, I don't want to because I use Indonesian in my work.
oh. Okay, let's check Kenzie's. Kenzie, the same as both Esther and Ataya, you need to implement dialogues in your story. So please write at least 2 dialogues with quotation marks. Uh, Fella is usually from fellow, like here, I'm going to show you. Fella meaning. There you go. Fella. Esther, can you take a look at my screen? There.
Oh,
What does fella mean? Fella is usually fellow, and it's about calling a man. So I was like, fella is a girl.
no,
Uh,
because my friend who is a girl, her
and her
name is
name is
Bella,
Fella.
so
Oh, okay.
I use it.
Fella. Oh, Indonesian fella, not fella. Okay, fella. Okay, got it. Hmm. Kenzie, Carlos. All Carlos should start with capital C. What else? He wanted to give up. Okay. This one, you need to fix the things that I have edited as well. So panicked. You can just accept the suggestion. As Ataya. Oh my God! You haven't changed. Remembered, Ataya? Oh my God! I just remembered about my task. What should I do? It's a question. Use a question mark. Tell us. This is. I really hate people like Claudia. She blame other people for not reminding her. Hello, it's your own responsibility. Why should Chalice reminded you that? Why should Chalice remind you that you have a task?
So because it's actually Claudia is the one who always remembering Chow about his task. And then
Mm.
in the time she's forget it, and then of course he's not forget it, but he just don't want to say about it that they still have a task to do.
But still, I mean, like, come on. You are responsible for your own action. You don't. Oh, I'm going to ask you this. You're all in the junior high school, right? So,
Yeah.
do you still blame your parents when you get up late? Like,
Of course no.
yeah, Mama, why didn't you wake me up early? Now I'm late for school. What?
No, no.
Yeah, I
If I
hope.
say like that, I know my parents will mad at me like it's actually your responsibility.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
in junior high school. You should.
The same as Claudia. Like, why? Oh, why did she blame Chalice? I don't understand. If I were Chalice, I would be like, it's your responsibility, not mine. Why should I
It's
remind you about
actually
your
there. I mean, like this task, they should do it together. So
Mm.
maybe, yeah.
Oh, the grammar is incorrect. Is he forget about our task too? Did he forget? So not is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Mm. Okay, Esther. Hey, I heard that the math exam will be extra difficult. Her friend said. Really? Where did you hear that from? Asked Fella curiously. My friend from the other class told me about that. Told me about that period, and then it's a new sentence. She did the math exam. She has done the math exam already. She has done the math exam already. The period should be inside the quotation mark. And you don't need a period again. There, okay. Fella feels restless and she's very. Wait. I'm confused, Esther. You are using present tense. She remembers, is going to show, and then suddenly her friend said. Her friend says.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Really? Asks with S. Asks Fella curiously. Okay. I'm back to Kenzie. No, it's your responsibility, man. Kenzie, your responsibility, not responsible. Responsible is the adjective. We are using the noun responsibility. Oh, one more thing. This is for all three of you. When you're using a dialogue format, you can start a new line for each dialogue. So I'm going to put a new line for, I'm going to do it like this for Esther. Okay, there you go. And says, really? Asked Fella curiously. There. Let's check Ataya's. Ataya already fixed hers. Okay, has already fixed hers. Oh my God, I just remembered about my task. What should I do? Chalice didn't text me anyway. Did he forget about our tasks too? Our task too? Oh, wait. The same problem as Esther, Ataya. You are using the present tense and then you said, says. There. And you don't need this comma. Cloud. Oh, cloud. Oh my God, cloud. You don't need the comma, Ataya.
Wait, no?
No, delete the comma.
So just
So after quotation mark, you just put the name and the dialogue tag. Claudia says, there. She texts her friend Chalos as fast as she can and reminds him to do their task. Finally, Clau, I'm sorry. I think it's my fault. Actually, I know that. We have to do this task. Okay, let's check Kenzie. Kenzie, start a dialogue with a capital letter. So the D, by the way, why is Kenzie cursing in the in his story? Sorry. Dang. Oh. Should I allow you to curse in your story? If you take a look at Kenzie's story, he's actually cursing. Ow. So this should be capital letter. I. Remember everyone, I should also be capitalized wherever it is. He had. Kenzie, this should be in the past tense. He had a vacation. Carlos was planning to have a relaxing day. I'm going to fix it. There. Because he had a vacation after being promoted, but he forgot there. Kenzie, there, not there is, past tense. There was homework. Hey, a fella plans to play games all day on Independence. Esther, you don't need to capitalize the I for Independence Day unless you capitalize the D. So it should be I, regular I. There. On Independence Day because fellow plans to play games on it. It's a holiday. Then she remembers that the next day there will be a math exam. The material that is going to show up on the exam is about number patterns, which have correct so many formulas. Fella is very disappointed, and she sighs heavily because her time off will be used for studying, not playing games. She has been studying for hours, so she is really, oh, this can be in another paragraph, Esther, because this is another time. So make another paragraph for this. Okay. She has been studying for hours, so she is really tired now. Then she thinks that she is ready for the exam tomorrow, so she goes to bed. The next day, when she arrives at school and about to go, hey, I heard that the next will be extra difficult, her friend says. Really? Where did you hear that from? Asks Fella curiously. My friend from the other class told me about that. She has done the math exam already. Bella feels restless and she is very nervous. First lesson of the day is a math subject, so she uses lessons. Before the lesson starts to study again. She walks back and forth many times while studying. The first lesson begins. Miss Adele. Hello, Miss Adele. Okay, Miss Adele. Who is her? Wait, is she your real teacher, Miss Adele? Esther?
No.
Oh no, because Fella is your real friend, so I thought Miss Adele is your real teacher. Who is her math teacher has come. Fella starts to take a look at the question, and she doesn't think that. Oh, okay. You can do it like this, Esther. Fella starts to take a look at the questions, and she doesn't think the questions are difficult at all. So to just to make it like highlight them, she begins to write the answer and finishes her exam smoothly. Now she just needs to wait for the results. After she waits impatiently, finally her scores come out and she gets a good score. Wait, how many scores does she get? Only one, right? Finally, her score, you don't need the S then, comes out and she gets a good score. There you go. This is a much better story with dialogues in it. I mean, it's not quite like a full paragraph and you go like, huh. Now we can actually say that this is a story. Now let's take a look at Ataya. Oh, Ataya is adding so many lines. Let's check. Esther, please go to Ataya's my screen, or Ataya's screen. We're going to help Ataya to fix hers. Claudia will have a shooting competition next week, so she should practice a lot before her competition. She should have, what's wrong with this?
Practiced.
There, Ataya. She should have practiced. Remember, after half, you use ed for 3 with her friend Chalos. Because of, is it only 1 day of practice?
It's
Because,
actually like few days, but
okay.
in the time they just like it's a weekend.
Then you can write because of practice days.
Okay.
Chalos should delay his committee tasks. Chalos actually should do his tasks with Claudia too in the. Oh, this is the deal with noon and afternoon. In English, you need to remember noon is only 1 minute, 12 o'clock until 12:01. So when you say noon, it's actually that time, the exact time. After that, afternoon. So Charles actually should do his task with Claudia too in the afternoon of their practice day. Okay. After. Henry afternoon. Ataya. Afternoon. Afternoon. Okay. Ay. Ataya is using so many tenses. We have will and then present tense. It's okay. But then this one, they forget to ask their seniors permission to turn in their task late. So it means that the day before that, they forgot. Okay. The deal is if they cannot, not haven't, if they cannot turn The deal is if they cannot turn their tasks on time, they'll get punishment from their sin. Of course, you need to change this. They'll get punishments from Claudia totally turn. This one, Claudia totally forgot about her task. Meanwhile, this is a new sentence. Meanwhile, comma. Meanwhile, comma. Chalos is afraid to ask permission from his senior at noon. Okay. At noon that day, and he just remembers they should do a task when their practice is over and when their practice is over and she gets home. Oh my God, I just remembered about my task. What should I do? Jonathan texts me. Did you forget about our task too? Claudia says. She texts her friend Chalice as fast as she can and demands him to do their task. Finally, they do their task. And she gets home. Okay. Oh, she texts her friend. Finally, they do their task after they just finished their practice in the afternoon. Their task, which is delayed, finally. Esther, help Ataya, which finally should be deleted. Too many finally. I'll go to Kenzie's work. Esther, please help Ataya. You can chat privately. Okay, let's check Kenzie. Carlos was planning to have a relaxing day because he had a vacation after being promoted. For the holiday, he was too lazy to do it, so he forgot about it. When he got notification on the last day, he panicked and asked his friend to help him with the homework. But his friends refused because it wasn't his responsibility. You haven't this one. Okay. Then he panicked once more, and after all that panic, he finally worked on that homework. Wait, in the middle of the night or what, Kenzie? This one. In the middle? What do you mean in the middle? In the middle of the night?
He worked it on like in the night, and he worked it on the middle of the night.
Well,
I mean, middle of the homework, because the homework there's a lot of homework.
oh. Why would he start from the middle though?
Because it's much easier.
Okay, so then he panicked once more, and after all that panic, he finally worked on that homework from the middle. So not in the middle, from the middle. He wanted to give up and just sleep it off, but he wanted to take his responsibility for the homework. This one, from the middle. The homework took 5 hours. This one, Kenzie. Work on that homework from the middle. Here, can you see my, there. The homework took 5 hours to finish. He was restless and ready to go to sleep. After that, comma. He was nervous to go to school. Oh, we have less than 1 minute. Let's go, Kenzie. After that, comma, he was nervous to go to school. This is period. So this one is comma, this one is period. He arrived. Arrive, past tense. Arrived.